Several years ago, when I was selling sunrooms, I used to sell just shy of $100,000 per month. $1 million a year in sunrooms. I was sitting in the office doing some paperwork, when I overheard the owner of the business, talking to the production manager. The owner, Gary, was talking about how much they had to charge in order to make money on a product they were adding to the mix. At the time I had worked with insurance companies in the contracting field, and I knew they wanted to keep the overhead and profit margins down to 10 each for a total of 20 ONP. Of course I knew those numbers were ridiculous, but I still was surprised to hear what I heard. Gary mentioned the cost of the product was $1,000 per unit, which means he had to charge $2,250 per unit. I was stunned. I asked Gary about it and he looked surprised. I have to get $2.25 for every dollar I pay out, or I can keep the lights on, kid. That's cheap. Most companies are in the $2.50 or even $2.75 range. Gary said in his gravelly voice. Seemed high to me. Of course, now that I have my own contracting company and understand the costs associated, I have to agree with Gary. You have to get at least $2.25 for each dollar in labor and materials, or you can keep the lights on. General liability, comp, overhead, it's all a killer. So, the other day, I was talking to Kevin, the production manager for Gary. Gary has long been out of the sunroom business, so I was talking to Kevin about getting into the business. I mentioned the conversation with Gary, and Kevin, who has worked with and knows most of the sunroom companies in the area, said, yeah, Gary was a 2.25 guy. Jim is a 2.5 guy. You can use any multiplier you want. I said, well, if I can choose, I'd like to be a 5.0 guy. We laughed. Here's the important part. You can charge whatever you want to charge. You can make whatever you want to make. Your business can sell at whatever price you want to sell at. But only if you know how to market your product or service. Seriously, in my bricks and mortar business, yes, I actually do have a business much like you, in which I have to deal with the same monkeys you deal with day in and day out. We sell out services for as much as 2x some of our competition, and there's only one company who prices higher than we do, a national company who uses their finance department to demand huge prices. In other words, they charge a huge premium because you can pay on time, instead of paying up front. So we are the highest price provider who asks for, doesn't offer financing, and we routinely beat out the lower cost companies. How? Well, first, we can afford to pay all our bills and carry our workman's comp, etc., because we charge enough to pay our bills and carry our insurance. Second, we offer top-rate professional service. Third, we present ourselves as top-rate pros. And fourth, we employ professional salespeople. Others in our business come out like a bunch of flunkies, in ripped and nasty shirts, offer ridiculously low prices, and not paying their bills. Their service sucks, as it has to, their professionalism is not existent, and they don't have any training program for their workers. In short, they have a bunch of, almost, unskilled laborers doing important work on people's houses. So we sell at higher prices and we get the extra money. And, lest you think otherwise, our margin are better too, as they should be. My point. Even in a competitive marketplace, it is possible to sell for more. You just need to know how to present your case to your prospect. In truth, damn few people buy only on price. Let someone else serve them. They might be fine people, but you don't want to build a business around them. You want to be in the high price category, and the way to do that is to make sure you know how to market, and specifically, how to write copy that sells. On behalf of Evert Farnell, thanks, and here's to your success.